Hello friend, in this session we are going to learn about the typical interview process. So as we all know that tech companies like Google are very famous for the difficult job interview process. Definitely Google has set some standards for interview, like they have different phase, different structure for their hiring of a candidate. So same ways many other corporations are also following the best practices for hiring a candidate. So some companies follows brain teasers, some follows group interviews, behavior question, business related questions to find the best possible hire for their openings. So let us see what are the stages that we need to learn while conducting an interview, or else we need to know while conducting a technical interview. So basically we know the interview process is a multi-stage process. So we just start, the starting phase is writing a job description. So job description is a very important phase, because from here the requirement comes, and these only decide that how, what type of candidate is required for this role. So obviously we need to be very well alert and focused while writing a job description. There are some uh, do's that we need to know while writing a job description. So whenever you write a job description, you should make a candidate aware of your open jobs and your organization. What kind of skills you are looking for? What is the title? What is the position for which you are hiring? Whether you are hiring a manager, whether you are hiring a developer, whether you are hiring a junior engineer. So that's all things should be mentioned properly while writing or while preparing a job description. Also, if our job description is perfect, then only we can target the right candidate for the role. And it will avoid the headache and time consuming process of wading through the unqualified resume. By means that unqualified resume is like we are hiring for SQL developer and someone will send an Oracle developer resume. So definitely it is not a match. So sometimes the candidate doesn't think much about that, and they just send their resume, and they just uh, take give all the button to us to make a call whether to call that candidate for an interview or not. So all the burden is on us. So basically if we set a good job description with good job title, then it is easier for us to uh, vet the unqualified resumes. Also it will also help us to understand the maximize the recruiting budget that is required. By job title and by job requirement, we can actually get a feasible idea like what is should be the budget for all the recruiting, like what should be the salary that we will be offer to the candidate if he or she will be selected. Also it will help us to know whether, because most of the candidate has a bad image already for that organization, so we can also have some understanding that he is directly not that suitable for that organization, and he has a bad image of the organization in his mind or his her mind. So definitely we can get an idea by sending a by setting a good job description. So the template of our job description is very simple. You just need to uh, prepare it such a way that it should drive interest, engage candidate, and leverage your company brand and culture to encourage great candidates to apply and follow these guidelines. So all the guidelines should be properly mentioned, and all the skill sets, the position title. So the template is basically the job title should be at the top, and you should use the real life keyword, like if suppose you are hiring a SQL developer, if you are hiring a manager, if you are hiring a senior position, then it should be properly mentioned that if senior SQL developer, a junior SQL developer, or a manager, technical manager. So you should clearly mention the job title. And also you should avoid any, like there are many keywords that are right now used, like we need an expert, we need an intermediate. So that is not a proper way. You should mention senior, junior, and uh, ex, uh, like in an experience. You can also mention the experience, like 5 to 7 years of experience candidate we hire, we need. And so by the means of experience, it is understandable that they require some junior, intermediate, or an expert level candidate. The next important thing that you need to mention in job description is the location. Where is the location where you actually want the candidate to come for the work? So right now there are many candidate hiring for work from home. So you need to clearly mention that it is a remote position. You can do work from home. Suppose if you are like local, so you need to give a boundary that you can come from A to B. If you are staying in A to B area, then only you need to apply for that position.